Welcome to another episode of Talk 21. So apparently, so shit. I supposed to say Sam Genova, Dave Vitti, right? Okay, sorry.
Ready?
Do I start for the whole thing again?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Tre, due, uno, fanculo.
Welcome to another episode of Talk 21. I'm Sam Genova, and this is my co-host.
Hi, I'm Dave Vitti from Century 21 Fine Living. Perfect.
We're doing the podcast in the office, so this is fine.
Ringer should be off.
All right, let's go. What are we talking about?
So I don't know. Today, apparently, the producer says we're talking about trends and
Hold on,
what's
she's
the
talking- she's talking in
hottest
the
top.
background. She's talking in the background.
Oh, well, let her finish. Just yeah.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Hey, guys,
Who sounds like Kermit the Frog
Kermit the
today,
Frog
huh?
here.
Who sounds like Kermit the
I
Frog
didn't
now?
say hey, guys. I'm just. Did I say hey, guys? I didn't say hey, guys. It's you. That's yours line.
No,
Hey,
I-
guys. Kermit the Frog here.
You sound like Kermit the Frog today. The allergies.
Oh, my God.
Or it comes around. Oh, I mean, technology's ever changing. It's evolving. Every year we're seeing whether it's walkthroughs, new videos, special effects to listings, and really high tech, even 3D photos. It's I think it's ever evolving. It's good for the industry. It's definitely the way of the future.
Do you agree, Dave?
Yeah, well, I mean, unfortunately, we got to make sure we steer our clients in the right direction, but the information is readily available. So we got to be aware that they have the information too. Sometimes we have to be on top of the curve.
All right, Dave, we're going to smash all through these because these are all hot trending topics. This is the number one trending topic on Google for real estate. Do you think that this is a seller's market or a buyer's market?
It's definitely swung towards a buyer's market. You know, there's a little bit of a depressed market with regards to the amount of listings out there. I think the rate hikes have slowed things down a bit, and homes are not selling that quick. So I feel like buyers have a bit of an edge where they can negotiate properly, put in conditions that would not have had the opportunity to do in the past. So it's becoming more of a balance, more of a market that we were accustomed to before the big upswing.
Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it depends on where we're talking about as well. I mean, the city is always the city. Things move fairly quickly still, but like Dave said, I mean, a lot more offers are happening with conditions where before everything was in multiples and you had to kind of go in with your best foot forward to have a chance to own the property. So that's nice again, where clients are able to have that comfort of having a home inspection or having a mortgage clause, because today. It's more difficult to get a mortgage. So totally agree.
The number one trending topic on Reddit, based on the real estate Reddit feed, is my home was top dollar last year, March of last year. Now it went down significantly. Do you believe we're going to get those numbers back again?
So, I mean, I do think if they hold rates going forward through this year, possibly next year, just the discussions we've been talking to professional mortgage brokers about, I do think there's going to be a huge spike in value again once everybody starts to feel that comfort. But it's hard to say because I'm not the mortgage professional. So I'd always advise you talk to the professionals. But I think that's a possibility. Again, there's going to be more of that in certain neighborhoods than other neighborhoods. But I do think that people are going to have that confidence again to want to buy and get into the market, because now I believe that the prices, it's a good time to buy if you have the money. If you can get like a short-term mortgage, or when the mortgage rates come down, you have a better opportunity because prices have come down significantly. So
Dave, one of the biggest anxiety and stresses in home buying now is the interest rates. Do you believe in 2024 and 2025 they're going to start to regulate and maybe even possibly come down?
I feel that the rates are gonna, at best, hopefully just keep flat the way they are. I don't think we're gonna see any drops in rates that quickly. So I'm hoping that it stays the way it is. At least we can manage it. But if it changes, it could be devastation. So back to Sam's point, hopefully we're stabilizing and going in the right direction. Because if we keep raising these rates, it's gonna be bad, I think.
You agree,
So.
Sam?
yeah, 100%.
Okay. Real quick, The number one market right now that has gone absolutely through the roof is the rental market. Rental fees are absolutely insane, the highest that they've been in the past decade. Do you feel that these will come down within the coming years?
Well, I think if the purchasing power becomes better, people are comfortable with that, definitely the rental rates are going to be coming down. The only reason why they're so high is because people can't afford to buy, so they're kind of holding off and paying these astronomical prices because they have no other choice.
But now, Dave, to piggyback on that, he said that because it's too expensive to buy a home. But a mortgage now runs about the same as renting, right? It's
Right.
about the $3,000 mark. So, what do you say to those people?
Well, it's the problem is like the affordability is not there, right? Even though you can get the mortgage payment might be similar to what a rent payment might be, but it's hard to qualify. The downstroke on these properties, stress testing has slowed down things that way, and buyer confidence is not there. So I think it's a combination of all these things, and not to mention immigration. People are coming into the country, and so we're seeing an influx of rentals because people are just not buying. Whether it's affordability, like so on and so forth, just people are kind of climbing up. This market, the way things have changed so drastically, nobody's accustomed to this, and it's just holding people off. And I think they're feeling more comfortable about renting because it's a short term, right? And if the cost is the same as a mortgage and they're not confident in buying, they're renting.
And another thing is 3,000. What does that get you a month
What does
for
that
rent?
3,000.
Not
You're
very much.
lucky to get a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
Like you're lucky if you
You're
get
like
a
at a two-bedroom
2-bedroom
condo.
You're over 2,000 a month. I'm
It's-
talking GTA. I'm sure in the core of the city is even more.
Yeah,
But like
on the
21,
outskirts,
20
obviously, it's
Yeah.
different, but still,
But
like,
we're
you can
renting.
bury-
We're renting properties. I have that building up in Oro Medonte. We're fetching 2,100 for a 1-bedroom north of Barrie.
in Oro.
So
So-
with that being said, in the city, 21, 22 for a 1-bedroom that's a normal price, depending where you're situated, obviously, right?
So 3,000 a month ain't gonna get you much.
Yeah, you're a 2-bedroom if you're lucky.
And now the biggest topic on the internet. This is probably one of the most talked about. With a weakening economy and a recession perhaps on the horizon, primarily for our province, due to this being the biggest threat, do you believe that if the government, the Bank of Canada, doesn't make drastic changes, our economy will collapse and the recession will be turned into a depression? What do you guys think about that outlook?
I think they've done a lot of they've made a lot of changes that it could go either way. So I'm hoping that it's not devastating, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a big correction in the overall market. As agents and as people in this industry, we want to make sure we build people we bring some confidence. But the reality is, it's not pointing in the right direction. So I'm hoping at best that we flatten out and we could just sustain what we've got, and we don't see things faltering overall economy-wise. But again, we don't have a crystal ball. I'm trying to be optimistic, and but we've got to manage what potentially might be a downturning economy for sure.
Agree?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors that play into effect, and we just don't know what's going to happen in the future, right? So we hope that we have some stability and things are a little bit on the positive in the next 12 months. But I mean, we don't have the crystal ball, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we're gonna see some better times. Not that we're in terrible times now, but there's a lot of question marks.
Yeah.
And with those question marks, if people have other questions to ask you, where can they reach you guys?
You can follow me on at Sam Geneva Real Estate on Instagram.
And
Dave?
I could be found at C21 Fine Living Realty.
If you guys like what you're seeing, give us a follow on Instagram, YouTube, all the socials,
Spotify.
and Spotify.
See you guys next time.
Thank you.
Perfect, Dave. Thank you for that invitation.